All right, welcome to this explainer. Let's just jump right in, because today we are talking about a serious game changer for your career. Have you ever looked at a major legal document and wondered about that official seal at the bottom? Or maybe you're looking for a powerful, flexible way to generate some extra income and serve your community. Well, you are definitely in the right place. We're going to walk step by step through exactly how to become a notary public in the great state of Louisiana.
Now, you might be thinking, a notary? Really? But hold on, because becoming a notary in Louisiana is absolutely not like becoming a notary anywhere else in the United States. First of all, we're talking about a lifetime commission. And honestly, way more than that, we're talking about a level of prestige and broad legal authority that might just surprise you. In Louisiana, you aren't just someone who checks an ID and witnesses a signature. You're actually granted powers that in most other states are strictly reserved for licensed attorneys.
So here is our roadmap for today. We'll be covering 1. The civil law notary, 2. Eligibility and qualifications, 3. The application process, 4. Conquering the state exam, 5. Securing your lifetime commission, and finally, 6. Maintenance and career growth. All right, let's get started with Section 1, the civil law notary. To put this into perspective, in 49 states, a standard notary essentially just verifies identities and witnesses signatures. That's about it. But thanks to Louisiana's unique French Napoleon Code origins, a civil law notary there can independently draft what are called authentic acts. This means you can literally write up a family's will, draft a cash sale deed for a property transaction, or even create a binding matrimonial contract. These are documents that carry full evidentiary weight in a court of law. Because you have this immense power, the state obviously guards this commission very closely. Moving right along to Section 2, eligibility and qualifications. So before you embark on this journey, there are a few basic hurdles you have to clear. First off, you've got to be at least 18 years old and a resident citizen or permanent alien of Louisiana. You also must be registered to vote in the specific parish where you're seeking your commission, so you'll definitely need your voter registration card handy to prove that. Education-wise, you just need a high school diploma or a GED, and you must be able to read, write, and speak English. Finally, you cannot have any unpardoned felony convictions on your record. Oh, and a quick side note. Licensed Louisiana attorneys are automatically exempt from the exam and bond requirements we're about to cover, but for everyone else, the journey continues. Which brings us to Section 3, the application process. Okay, time for the paperwork. Step 1 is filing your application to qualify directly with the Secretary of State, which thankfully you can just do online. Step 2 is paying a quick $35 qualifying fee. Once your application is approved, Step 3 is absolutely crucial. You have to register for and take a mandatory online pre-assessment test that costs $30. Now, listen closely, because this is where people trip up. This pre-assessment must be completed at least 37 days before your actual state exam date. You don't have to get a specific passing score on it or anything, but taking it is 100% mandatory to get your foot in the door. All right, let's talk about the big one, Section 4. Conquering the state exam. Now, what is really fascinating, and maybe a little intimidating, is that 25% figure. Historically, fewer than 1 in 4 candidates actually pass this exam on a given sitting. Less than 25%. Basically, the state wants to make completely sure that if they are giving you the power to draft authentic acts, you truly, deeply know what you are doing. So the stakes are definitely high, but don't worry, with the right preparation, you can absolutely be in that passing percentage. So, how do you actually prepare for this beast of a test? Well, you absolutely must purchase the official study guide. It's titled Fundamentals of Louisiana Notarial Law and Practice, but pretty much everyone just calls it the Yellow Book. It's going to cost you about $100 directly from the Secretary of State, and buying the current year's edition is totally non-negotiable. Why? Because the state exam is actually an open book test, and the questions are drawn entirely, word for word, from this specific text. Let's break down some proven tactics for exam day itself. First, make sure you register and pay the $100 exam fee at least 30 days prior to the test. When you show up, you are only allowed to bring your current official Yellow Book into that testing room. Literally nothing else. Bringing in other reference materials or even older editions of the book is considered cheating and will get you dismissed immediately. Because the exam is so notoriously tough, it's highly, highly recommended that you take a prep course. Places like LSUA, Loyola, or private providers like Pass My Notary offer some really excellent programs. When you're studying, you want to hyper-focus on the Louisiana Civil Code, the different types of authentic acts, and procedural formatting. Okay, let's say you conquered the exam, Section 5, securing your lifetime commission. This brings us to a very striking number. Effective February 2026, Louisiana actually increased the required surety bond for non-attorney notaries from $10,000 all the way up to $50,000. Now, if you're wondering what that is, this bond is essentially an insurance policy. It's there to protect the public from financial losses just in case you make a major error or commit misconduct while performing your official duties.
So here is the exact post-exam checklist you need to knock out. Step 1, purchase that $50,000 surety bond from a licensed provider. Next up, you've got to execute and file 2 oaths of office. One of those goes to the Secretary of State, and the duplicate goes straight to your parish clerk of court. For step 3, you'll submit your official notarial signature page. This just ensures the state has your actual official signature on record. And finally, pay the $35 commission filing fee. Once all that paperwork clears, the Secretary of State will officially issue your lifetime commission on behalf of the governor. Boom, you're in.
Now, transparency is absolutely key, so let's talk money and consolidate all this financial data. To kickstart this lucrative career, you are looking at a bit of an upfront investment. You've got the $35 application fee, the $30 pre-assessment, $100 for exam registration, $100 for the yellow book, and that final $35 commission fee. Add it up, and that's exactly $300 in state and testing fees. On top of that, you will need to pay the premium for your $50,000 surety bond, which generally runs somewhere between $100 and $300 a year, depending entirely on which bonding company you go with.
All right, once you officially have your commission, it is time to set up shop. First thing you'll need is an official notary seal or stamp. In Louisiana, this stamp has to include your name, your notary ID number, your parish, the words State of Louisiana, and, I just love this detail, an image of a pelican with her nest. So iconic. You really should also grab a bound notarial records journal to securely log all your acts. Now, a journal is legally required if you are in Orleans Parish, but trust me, it is an absolute best practice everywhere else just to protect yourself. And finally, get some professional business cards printed so you can start marketing your brand new authority.
And that leads us to our final section, Section 6, Maintenance and Career Growth. The truly beautiful thing about a Louisiana Notary Commission is that from day one, it is active for life. Literally, it never expires. However, to keep it from being suspended, you do have to stay compliant with the state. Every single year, you must file a super quick annual report with the Secretary of State just to confirm your contact info. And every 5 years, you absolutely must renew your $50,000 surety bond and file proof of that renewal. If you let that bond lapse, your commission goes straight into suspension. So definitely don't let that happen. But as long as you maintain it, the practical advancement opportunities are just staggering. Because Louisiana notaries can actually draft authentic acts, your services are going to be in massive demand. You could act as a loan signing agent, commanding anywhere from $75 to $200 per real estate closing. Just adding this credential to your resume makes you incredibly valuable in the legal, medical, and banking fields. You can set your own hours, offer mobile notary services right in your own community, and easily scale this whole thing from a flexible side hustle into a highly profitable, full-time business.
Now, just a quick heads up before we finish. We do need to provide a standard disclaimer. The information provided in this explainer is strictly for educational purposes. Laws, fees, and requirements can and do change, so you should always consult directly with the Louisiana Secretary of State or a legal advisor for the most specific, up-to-date guidance for your exact situation.
So there you have it. We've walked through the unique, almost attorney-like powers of the civil law notary, the strict requirements, that challenging open book exam, and the amazing career benefits waiting for you on the other side. Yes, it is a demanding process, for sure, but the reward? A lifetime credential unlike any other in the entire country. So the only question left is, are you ready to climb the mountain, conquer the exam, and claim your lifetime commission? Let this explainer be your first step toward an incredibly rewarding new path. Good luck and happy studying.